Alright, let's have a little look and see what's going on here, because we should be getting pretty close to having some babies, and I've noticed there's some eggshells down there, and you might even, oh, there we go. Yeah, so we do have a little bit of action. Let's zoom out a little bit on these ones. That's pretty good. That's what I want to see. I was actually not expecting that, to be honest. For some reason I felt like maybe later this week kind of thing that we might start expecting eggs. You can see by the little tag that I've put on here that these are some of the ones that we've floated. So these are off our mealy hen and our dark checker. I was hoping to have 2 of those rounds to pick from, which is really good. The other egg is still kind of hatching at the back there, so at least got 1 baby out of there. That's a good sign. These ones only fostered these because their eggs are infertile, so they lay at the same time as mealy. So I thought we'll put them under there and see what happens. So maybe what I need to do is just have a bit of a look through here. You've got a nice nest with a few feathers, and just have a quick little look to see if, say, any of these ones, because they're all laid pretty much the same time. It's not looking like it yet. I'd say probably a little bit later in the week for these ones. Hey buddy. So these ones only just laid again. You're crazy. I like it. So she should lay her 2nd egg tonight. But such a crazy, he's a very protective cockbird, this one. He's got a lot of drive in him, which is good. Definitely a trait that I'm really interested to see how that goes through into my birds, because he's got a lot of motivation, that guy. So we'll cruise over. These ones should have only just laid again. Is there 2 under there? No, 1, so we'll be expecting the 2nd one tonight. They're all pretty lined up. Hey buddy, you're a good boy. Very keen to see how these guys' babies go. I haven't actually raced them yet. These are just a couple of the young cocks that I got last year. He's very gentle. He's a good boy. Hey, you are. You're a good boy. You're not too crazy, but definitely keen to see how they go. These are on paper quite well bred, but we'll see how that projects into the babies. We haven't actually lost any of their babies yet. I got flying around, so that's a positive, and we've entered some of those into some one lofts locally, so we'll see how they go. We'll watch them very closely, collect some data and see how they perform. We should be on 2 eggs here. This is last pick. He's starting to molt a little bit too now, but he's a beautiful pigeon. Normally I call him last pick, because if you was holding him you'd be like, oh, you would definitely pick him last. So I'm considering about floating those ones out, because I've got another pair lined up similar. I'd really like to send at least half my team the same way out of these 2 nests here, because these are a combination of all my one loft results last year into basically one little set of eggs. So I'd really want to test them to see if it's actually beneficial or it's just a waste of time. So we'll just have to wait and see. These ones, I don't know if these ones can be too far off hatching actually. Still probably got a little bit of time up our sleeve by the looks of it. I'll put that back for you, mate. Oh, we'll have a look at those ones in a minute. I'm hoping that Storm's pretty close to laying. She's hanging around that nest bowl, but who knows with her. We don't get too many off her. These are the 2nd round. They finished laying these ones last night, so they should be starting to be incubated now. And these ones actually were only just laid 2, but I've got to candle them tonight to see if they're actually even fertile. That's big Apache, so we'll just have to wait and see with that one. But we're slowly starting to get some eggs popping out, which is good to see. Another good news is my potato rings turned up. I had to go get them, but they're here. So we have 8. It's probably a bit hard to see, but they are 8 2024 Australia rings for potato. So last year I had 4 rings, didn't line up properly with the pairings, so I only managed, because the rings turned up a bit late, and I only managed to get 2 birds rung that they were my 3rd pick and pretty much my last resort. But I was happy with, like, end of the day, I actually wasn't even going to activate my bird that was the second best Australian pigeon. So it was 206th, 8th bird out of like 10,500 pigeons, and I wasn't even going to activate it. I had that little confidence in those birds, and hey, they surprised me. So we'll see. Kaya was doing pretty well, but she was going to be my main bird, but then her nestmate come through. So this year I've changed it. I've got, I think I've all up, I've got about 14 pairs laying eggs or doing some kind of support towards this whole potato thing. So we'll have 14 pairs of babies potentially to choose from, and then we've got 8 rings that well, essentially it's 8 spots. So I've got 8, I'm allowed to send 8 birds. So hopefully out of all those we'll find 8 decent birds to get them on. Who knows, but we've got a good selection this year. There'll be like 24, 26 young birds hopefully to pick from. The rest of them we'll just ring them up and we'll put them in one of the sections, and we will just give them a bit of a test locally and see how they go. Hey buddy, this is for your babies. So hopefully, she's such a beautiful pigeon too. She's not too keen on them, but I'm pretty sure one of your little babies going to get those rings on there. So stay tuned, I'll see you in the next video. It's starting to get pretty exciting.